Okay, a little update here. I've been experimenting with these Tusk Traverse bags. We've got them stuffed with a towel, so that it gives you an idea how much they can hold. Actually, pretty nice. It took me a while to figure it out. I've never messed with bags before, but I really like the way that I've got this figured out at this point. So I have the rear strap coming from my rack to here. You have two straps that are, they show you going over the seat. Well, I just stuck one under I just wedged it under here, under the rack, and then adjust this. This is a little bit loose. I need to tighten it up a little bit more, and then I can adjust the height of the bags from the side. I mean, I can lower the front down more if I need to, if it's interfering with my leg, but I've sat on it a couple of times. I haven't ridden with it yet, but it seems to be pretty good. And I can always, shift them back. You see I have the heat shield on. Right now it's not even necessary. It's not even close. I don't know if you can see that, but it will be with the larger set of Tusk, which I have here as well. So those are the next ones that I'm going to be fitting. So these, I guess these are supposed to be like 10 liters or something like that. But if I put my tail bag on, let me try to do this with one hand. If I put my tail bag on, that's not a bad little deal. It's not a bad little deal right there. Then I also have the 22 liter duffel, as well as this one. I think it's a 10 liter. Yeah, 10 liter. But I do like the tail bag a little bit better. It's a little bit more convenient to open and close. I'm thinking this might be my go-to setup. We got to see. I've got to go experiment. I've got to do some overnights versus the Excursion, which I think that's called the Excursion. Let me look here real quick. Yeah, the Excursion. Bigger, but I watch so many people doing the Trans-America Trail and these other long adventures, and they carry a lot of stuff. And I understand why, because I'm the world's worst. When I go to a race, my toy hauler is loaded down with everything. I mean, I have to force myself to take stuff out because I'm carrying too much weight. But the reality is, unless you're doing like itchy boots, everyone talks about itchy boots. You gotta give her credit for sure. You're within an hour or two, most likely, from getting help. So, until I get to the itchy boot level or some of these other people that are traveling all around the world level, I think I'm good. I'm not even sure that I'm going to, this is going to sound kind of wimpy, I'm not even sure I'm going to do any camping. Naturally, if I go camping, if I'm going to take camping gear, I'm going to take the larger Excursion setup. But if I don't go camping, can I get enough clothes into these two bags and this? As well as my tools. I already told you that I'm pretty impressed with how much I got in there in the tool compartment on the side. So the only thing I need to really add is spoons and a pump. And if I go with a hand pump, that's going to make it even easier. But I've not had a lot of success with hand pumps trying to get a bead to set. So we'll have to see. But right now, this is looking pretty good. I mean, these bags are only $99, but then you get a choice of, I think this is the, let's see here, see if it says dry duffel. Can't see what size it says. I think this is the small and this is the extra small. You see, you get 22 liters and you get 10 liters. So those are great. Don't get me wrong; those are fantastic. But if you got to get into them on I kind of like the tail bag. Because I'm not a fan of tank bags. I mean, I see these guys, they got these big old tank bags up front. And again, I'm a dirt bike guy, so I ride over the front of the bike. I don't like the idea of having a bag there. It just doesn't suit me. But this thing holds a lot of volume, and again, this is expandable too, so it's going to be able to go up even higher. Yeah. I think without camping, this may be the setup. With camping, naturally, I need to carry more stuff, you know, sleeping bag and tent and everything else. But I won't be carrying cooking stuff because I don't plan to cook. When I do the Trans-America Trail or these other trails, I'm going to be stopping at local mom and pops, you know, barbecue restaurant or fried chicken restaurant or something like that. I want to meet with the locals. I want to see how they live their lives. I want to see those restaurants. I mean, I'm not going to go to Kentucky Fried Chicken. I'm not going to go to Popeyes. I'm not going to Burger King. I'm not going to places like that. But I want to eat at the local restaurants. Yeah, I may clog up my arteries, you know, with all the cholesterol and the lard. But you know what? These adventures are just that, adventures. All right, talk to you soon. One thing I do want to make clear is I am not the de facto expert, okay? So I'm just sharing information of what I'm doing. I'd look forward to the feedback from you guys who, like I said, may have more time on this bike or may have more time riding in adventures or whatever, okay? I am not the go-to standard. It would be nice to be, but I'm not. So share your honest feedback. Give your 2 cents. Give your opinion. Again, my background is riding and racing dirt bikes since 1975. I had a street bike for a short time, and I mentioned a while ago earlier that I had a Tenere 700, which is a fantastic bike, but it's not the right bike for me. It's too big. It's too heavy. And my main goal here on the 300 is to reduce weight within reason. That's the reason for the exhaust, okay? I'm going to be changing out the battery to a lithium battery. I'm going to be, you know, potentially removing the evap system, the evaporator system on here, which is, you know, I know you're not supposed to, emission control thing, okay? You know, remove the rear tail. So I'm going to go within reason, just to take a little bit of weight out of it. You know, my race bike is 250 pounds. This thing's 300 and something, which isn't bad, but I did struggle with the 450 pounds that the Tenere weighed. I just never felt real comfortable on it. It was fantastic and wonderful on the road. The dirt roads that I took it on, it was great. And the other thing, I feel it bears saying, I am not turning this rally into a race bike, okay? It is not going to be a race bike. I have a race bike, okay? So, you know, will I do suspension at some point? Probably so. But right now, the way I've been riding it, the suspension's fine. Is it soft? Yes. But you know what? It's damn comfortable. It's great. You know, I've got a seat concept seat on order, right? And I think probably a zillion of us do, and we don't know when we're going to get them. But again, this bike is going to be set up for comfort, okay, within reason, and have reasonable off-road abilities. I'm not doing hard enduro on this bike, okay? I'm not doing regular enduro on this bike. Well, single track, sure, you know, within reason. But, you know, am I ever going to put a full-blown knobby on here? No, because I'm going to ride it on the street as much as I ride it on the dirt. And not because I want to, it's just, that's the reality. The reality is I'm going to load this thing up, I'm going to get on it, I'm going to ride an hour or wherever to go to Ocala National Forest, or several hours to go over to Croom, and then go ride. And am I going to wish I had my KTM when I get there? Sure. But you know what? Couldn't ride the KTM there. Well, yeah, I could. I could put lights on it. I could make it street legal. I've got a legal title. I mean, street legal title. But you know, it's the maintenance schedule. This bike is a simple, easy bike. Will I change the rear shock? Probably at some point. Will I redo the forks? Probably at some point. But not yet. Not yet. I've got a lot to learn still with the whole thing about adventure riding and planning trips on my Garmin. Yeah, I got so much to learn on this Garmin thing, right? So that's the reason I encourage you guys to, if you got any tips to share with me, would love to have them. Love to give you the credit for the tip. I think I'm pretty knowledgeable about riding technique and how to ride the bike. I feel pretty good there. But some of this stuff is outside of my, you know, outside of my expertise. And expertise is not the right word. My experience, I guess I should say. Riding on the street, adventure rides, camping on the bike, You know, those are things that I haven't done before, but those are things I'm going to start doing. And if you have the same interests as I do, and you want to learn and, you know, modify your bike to suit your needs, glad to have you. Glad to have you. If you want to comment and be the know-it-all, knock yourself out. I'm sure there's some things I know that you don't, and I'm sure there's things that you know that I don't. Fine, who cares? It's all about fun. It's all about fun. And that's what I'm going to try to make this. Make it fun and educational. Take what helps you, push aside what doesn't help you, and move on. Thanks.